Christmas.
Merry Christmas. What can I do for you?
Well, I was wondering if you might have an employment opportunity for a man of my vast experience.
Well, of course I do. If you go ahead and sign in that logbook.
I certainly will. Close the heart. There we go.
And here you go. Just go ahead and fill it out and bring it back to me.
Oh, thank you very much. What's your name, please?
Patty.
Patty. Patty. Let me check it. Oh, you're fine, Patty. I'll throw you something a little extra your way, okay?
Hey, very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Length of previous employment. 600 years. List name of dependent. Mrs. Claus. 400 elves. See attached name list. Well, Darrell, here's my application. I can't call you Darrell, can't I?
Sure you can.
I've known you all your life. Well, as you can see by my application, I'm qualified to do many of the jobs that you have here at the Home Shopping Network, and I think if you give me the opportunity, I'll certainly not disappoint you.
Well, Santa, I'm very pleased to say that it looks really good, and I think there are a number of opportunities you might want to try out. Let's try some of the jobs and see how you like them.
I certainly look forward to it. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Darrell, let me check here real quick here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, you're going to be fine, Darrell. I'll throw something a little extra in your stocking this year.
Well, thank you very much.
You're
Santa.
welcome. Oh, I can't wait to get started.
It'll be great.
I was sent to give you a lift. Hop on, I'm taking over to the building there. It's okay. Just hop on. There, know what's your name? Hi, what is it again? Just killing some time here. Plays in the shop, you know. Get new runners. I need to see your tag, please.
We sure have been good, so we won't be coming.
Let's see. What's that first name again?
Joanne.
Joanne. I gotta check the list here, Joanne. Just a minute. Oh. Now, Joanne, there was one time here where you're on the line, so you need to be good for the next couple hours.
Oh, well, I sure will.
I know when you have lunch in the cafeteria, tip the guy behind the counter, okay?
All right, will do.
That'll be wonderful. Have a Merry Christmas. Oh, jingle bells, Oh, how you doing? Good to see you again. What's your name?
My name's Bill.
Bill, let me see here now.
Got my name
Bill.
on the list?
You're in fine shape, Bill. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Got a new fireplace, too.
Oh, excellent. By the way, where do they answer the phones at around
Right
here?
through those double doors.
Through those double doors. All righty. You guys have a Merry Christmas and I'll see you. Bye-bye. Jingle bell, jingle bell, Merry Christmas and welcome to the Home Shopping Network. How can I help you today? Well, of course, this is Santa Claus. Who else would this be? And your name, please? Oh, hi, Tammy. How are the kids? That's great. And what will we be ordering today? Let's see. Oh, you want that new Leapfrog Phonics. What a great thing. Is this a gift for your kids? Oh, that's wonderful. Now, Tammy, let me check my list here. I think I saw your name here 3 pages back. Let's see. Oh, yes, Tammy, you're on my good list. So guess what? We're giving you a discount today. Oh, I'm an extremely good-looking man. This little girl reminds me of someone I met in Santa Monica. Let's her a holiday Barbie, I think. Let's see. Oh, and next on the list here, we are to sweep up the fairy dust. Wait a minute. We can't sweep up the fairy dust. Well, if that fairy dust gets mixed in with the regular dust, then everybody gets their wish. then where will my job be? That's just great. Let's go back to the program. That's great. Oh, I got the bear there. That's my favorite one. Can we get Steve's face a little bit? He's a little shiny there. Okay, let's go to bump shot here for just a moment. There we go. A little advertising never hurt anybody. That's wonderful. Let's go back again to the show. It's like Steve's getting into one of his stories again. This is wonderful. What a cushy job this is. I could probably be host if I wanted to. Okay, let's see what this button does. Oh, no! And welcome back to the Home Shopping Network. I'm Santa Claus, your host, and I've been invited back here to share with you some of the wonderful bargains and beautiful pieces of jewelry that you'll be seeing here on the show today.
Santa, could you get out of the fridge? We're ready for you now.
Excuse me. Welcome back to the coffee break, and we've got a wonderful wide array of things for you to see today. Oh, probably we should use the word wide. We got lots of stuff for you. You're just going to love us today. It's great. Go on, get out of bed. This is great today.
Santa?
Oh, yes.
Santa, that was great, but I think you're a little too perky for the coffee break show.
Excuse me, Toya. I think this lovely Christmas tree would be more appropriate than this box in this shot, don't you think?
No, Santa, that is an ugly Christmas tree.
Well, no, this is like, there's no such thing as an ugly Christmas tree, you know? It's like, there's no such thing as an ugly baby, you know? This is a...
That's an ugly Christmas tree, and you're not putting that in my setup.
But, you know, I've done this for many years, and I think this would
No,
be...
Santa, you starting today. You're not putting that in my setup.
Perhaps you don't realize who I am.
No, you don't realize who I am. You are not putting that ugly Christmas tree in my setup.
You know, I have a list. And
Okay.
I marked good things and bad things on this list, and I don't think you want to be on that list, do you?
Okay, I have a daddy. He'll buy me what I want for Christmas.
Oh, well, okay. Oh, look, there's Suzanne's covers. Santa Claus here. Get me this. Is this the North Pole? That's right. I didn't recognize the voice there, Mrs. Tell you what, can you connect me with production there, please? I need to speak to Melvin. Okay, I'll hold. I gotta change that music. Oh, Melvin! Melvin, good to hear from you, boy. Oh, I'm down here in Florida. It's a wonderful time. I'm just checking out everything down here. Thought I'd call, and I remember we had that problem in production. Wanted to see how things were going. They what? They stopped working? Why? What do you mean they wanted the holidays off? This is the only one they work. I can't believe this. They got to learn to work with me here. Oh, my. What else? Well, they want some time off. Where are they going to go? If they're at the North Pole, I have the only ride in and out. It's unbelievable. Geez, let's save her from the Wizard of Oz, and this is the gratitude I get. I don't believe it. What, they want other career training? They're elves. What else are they going to do? Well, what do they want? Hey, for the reindeer, we can work at. Okay, all right, we can switch jobs. They make him shovel behind the reindeer once in a while. All right, yeah, they can have a big holiday meal. Okay, we can do that. Well, listen, I got to go. Oh, by the way, send me over to production real quick. No, the trains are gold, the boots are red. How many times do we have to go over this over and over? I can't believe it. I'll tell you what, get things straight, and I'll be back in a few days, okay? Merry Christmas. You think you spend 100 years training them to get the job down.
And now we're going to say hello to Jim and Alice Cleveland and 4 of their special friends this holiday season.
Hello. Hi, honey, I think for you.
Oh, welcome. We've been waiting for you. Come on in. Welcome, everybody. It really is nice to have you all in our home. And I want you to meet my family. This is my husband, Jim.
Hi, everybody.
My youngest son, David.
Hello, everybody.
And my mom, Betty.
Hello.
You know, we are really excited to have you come and see our home and visit with us. Too bad everybody can't come one-on-one, but might be a little bit crowded. So we're going to do it this way. And meanwhile, we're going to say some special Merry Christmases. Jim first, since you're the dad.
I'd like to wish a Merry Christmas to my two sisters, Carol and Sandra, and also to a good friend of mine, Tim and his family.
And David didn't want to say anything. Oh, even to Joe. He said, Mom, please don't make me stay because I'll go to sore throat. So, okay. And Mom?
I'd like to say Merry Christmas to my brother and sister-in-law in Kenner, Louisiana, and hope they have a very Merry Christmas and the whole family there.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, Sandra and everybody, Stanley, Frank, everyone. All right, we're going to take into our family room because this is our living room, and this is usually where we're not interrupted. Oh, this guy right here, this is Domino. Yes, Domino. Domino, we actually call Domino Tony Little because he's built so good. He works out better than the rest of the family. Yes, that's his coming, okay? But anyways, this is the family room. We're going to, the living room. We're going to take into our family room because we're hardly ever in here. Oh, yeah, that's right. See our babies. We have 4 big raccoons. They're now 8 months old. We've had them since they were about 4 days old. You're going to see those in just a little bit. Here we are at the babies' room, and they're anxious. Are you working on your reef, honey? Okay. Okay, let Mommy come in. Go on, get back. Go on. Okay, let's get back. Come here. Here, baby. See, we have a lot in common with E.T. He loves Reese's Pieces, and so do we. It's our favorite goodie. But Mommy doesn't give him too much because there's so much sugar. You dropped it. It's right here. It's right here. Right there. Notice how they prefer to take and put it in their own hand and then in their mouth. They don't really like to eat out of your hand. That one got smashed. But he'll take and he'll put it in his hand first. Is that one sticky? That's peanut butter. Huh? Is that sticky? He'll put it in his hand first and pick it up. See how he does? And then, no, Mommy doesn't hold you. What? You should be getting full. Yeah. Okay. Okay, come over. Come over and say hi. You're hot, baby. And, of course, they love my hair. That's the favorite thing is get into our hair. This is our little guy. And then, of course, the little bit over there chewing the tripod seat. That's a little bit. That's the little wiry one. She's going to grab our mic. And then we're over here, the 2 girls behind us that are pacing because they're very nervous with all the camera. Go on, baby. Those are our females. And we have 3 little girls and 1 little boy. They've all been spaded, nude. They've had all their shots. Yes, and they think I'm their mommy. They don't know any better. Little bit definitely wants to play with the microphone. Okay, not in my hair. We are not finished with the shoot. Can you smile for the camera? He said, only if you give me more candy, Mommy. Here you go, baby. You want more candy? Huh? Okay. And they constantly climb on me just like I'm their mommy, because if I'm in here, they'll climb up my legs. They'll also frisk me to see what I've got in my pockets, you know. I don't know if I can get Big Girl over here. I don't know, can you guys follow me? I'll see if I can get Big Girl. Come here, baby. Come here, Big Girl. Because she is nervous and she is the shyest around people. Come here, darling. Come see what Mommy's got. Here, come see what I got, honey. Yeah. Oh, yes. We're down in the formal dining room now. This is the wall of baskets that I created with a reindeer for the holidays. We also accent in here with my dolls. I love to accent with dolls rather than just have a cluster of dolls all the way around. This is still in the formal dining room, and I've got some old antique furniture. This is a old wash basin stand that's my great-great-grandfather in Germany. There's some photographs on the corner, and I've worked those into my little Victorian Kais doll, and that's Anne. You might recognize her. And then that's a phase of Spanos next to her in the light pink. That's Ariel. We hope you've enjoyed the tour of our home, and we want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And don't forget the real reason of the season, the birth of Jesus Christ.
And we're back. We have another guest joining us here in the studio right now, a person that probably most of you know, one of our show hosts at Home Shopping, Liz Benbrook. Hi, Liz.
Hi, Dan.
Thank you so much. Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to you and everybody at your house.
Thank you so much for coming in today. We appreciate you coming in and say hello to all our viewers. I'm sure many of the people out there know who you are. I've seen you many times on TV. Liz has kind of an interesting story that of how she came to be a show host at Home Shopping. Probably a lot of people always wonder that. You know, this is such a peculiar type of line of work. I wonder how these people ever got into that in the first place. Tell everybody how you became a host at Home Shopping.
Well, it was interesting. Mine was, I think, really rather a long journey into hosthood. Is there such a thing, hosthood?
Hosthood. It's like knighthood.
It's like knighthood, yes.
Sainthood.
Sainthood.
Yeah.
I don't think it's up there with that one,
No,
but
I
it's
don't
wonderful.
think so either.
I worked commercially as an actress. I have a theater background. I also had a strong sales background, so it was just a natural transition. I came to the network, and there wasn't host availability, so I started working as a model and loved doing that. And then when the opportunity presented itself, just moved, really very comfortable move into being a host, and I love it. I love it.
How long have you been a host now?
I've been a host for over a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Time flies when you're busy and crazy and having a good time.
What is your? I know you have a family. What are your children, and what do they think of Mom being a celebrity of sorts?
I think that to a certain extent they're comfortable because I've been working in the television industry. They have tremendous fun. They always make comments about how I could have done it better, or, you know, if they like something, they tell me. If I look good, they say you looked great. If I don't look so good, they say you looked bad, Mommy. They're, you know, honest as can be. We had a great experience. We had a new family in the neighborhood when our youngest child was in kindergarten. So he's just a little guy, and he was used to seeing me on television. And one of my commercials came on, and he looked up. He said, "Oh, that's my mommy." And the mother, who had only been in our neighborhood for a couple of weeks and didn't know what I did for a living, said, "No, sweetie, that's a TV lady. That's not your mom." And he said, "It's my mom." I came home just really bent out of shape because, you know, I know my mom when I see her. So we've had some fun with it through the years, I think. It's a neat profession.
Yeah, it is. You know, I found that after you do it more and more, the kids kind of take it for granted. Like Matthew, who I've been with since he was 4, now he's going to be 10 pretty soon. It's like no big deal to him anymore. He just, you know, oh yeah, that's what he does. You know, it's like, it becomes a normal part of your reality, really, that's all. I'm sure you have a lot of people you want to wish holiday greetings to. Why don't you kind of take the stage for a minute?
Well, I'll do that. Thanks, Dan. I know my family is watching up in North Carolina. My sister is with my brother and his family. And, of course, we love you guys, and we wish you were down here where it's warm and the sun is shining. So I surely want to say hello to them and to my very dear friends, Mary and Barbara, who live up north. Barbara's going to be coming down for the holidays, and so she'll be at home. But I thank everybody who tunes in, and especially for the viewers out there, folks that, and Dan, I know you'll relate to this. We certainly have people who are our personal friends that we know, but those of you who are viewers through the years also become very important friends to us, and I feel so often so honored that you turn on the television and welcome me into your home. So whether you're celebrating Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or Christmas, whatever your family celebrates, thank you for making us, and especially me, because this is kind of my personal time. Thank you for making me welcome in your home day after day, and I wish you a blessed and wonderful New Year.
Very nicely said. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, thank you.
And you're right. We are the people on the camera that people see as being a home shopping network. Of course, to the viewers out there, we are Home Shopping Network, but in reality, you really are Home Shopping Network. We just happen to be the mouthpieces out here.
Mm-hmm. And we thank you. We really do thank you for being out there.
Well, thank you so much for coming by.
You're welcome.
We certainly appreciated you dropping in. The pleasure of your company is very nice. Are you working? Are you hard at work right at this moment with the holiday season? Are you all decorated yet, or what's the story?
I'm a little behind.
A little behind. Well, you better hurry up.
And you know what else? I'm going to be in trouble if I don't take a minute in my hellos to also name my children. Because
okay, go ahead.
While Mom being on TV is something they're very used to, they don't always get to hear their names. So this could be another 15 minutes because I have a lot of them. To my husband, Don, who's a wonderful man whom I dearly love, thank you, my dear, for being there. And our children are Rock and his intended Barbara. So we've got a wedding happening very, very soon in our family. And to Brooke, and to Andrea, and to, let me think a minute. Now, see, I'm losing my place. There's so many of them. Then we have Jimbo, who is 14. Jim, Mommy loves you. Merry Christmas. And to Jennifer, my only girl. Thank you for a girl. It's just a pleasure. And, of course, to Davy, the littlest one, who does indeed know Mommy when he sees her on television. To all of you, and to Granny, and to Mama, Merry Christmas. Love you guys.
Sounds like you're accepting an Academy Award.
It does, doesn't it? See, it's that husband, that wonderful husband that caused all of these problems.
Well, that's nice. And thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Dan. And a very happy holiday to you and yours.
Thank you. Same to you. The Home Shopping Network Christmas Show 1995 will continue. Stay with us.
My most memorable Christmas was about 3 years ago, a ski trip in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. There were 8 of us, and we were from all parts of the country and all over the world. There were friends from England and Italy and New York and San Francisco. We weren't with our families, but we decided to get together and ski, so we spent a great day skiing, and then came back to our cabin, and we cooked a fabulous meal, drank champagne, and had turkey and all the trimmings, and it was a around-the-world Christmas, and it was great.
Home Shopping Network's year-end shop-a-thon. It's a total blast. Jewelry, fashion, housewares, collectibles, and more. Everything blown out at drastically reduced prices. 72 hours of non-stop savings. HSN's year-end shop-a-thon. Don't miss it.
And we're back with more here at Home Shopping Network on our Christmas Eve special. And now we're going to meet some more of our friends that you see on the air here at Home Shopping quite often. We have one of our hostesses has dropped by with some members of our family today. Please say hi, everybody, to Robin Michaels and family. Hi, guys.
Hi,
Happy
Dad.
holidays to you all.
Thank you.
Like you were saying earlier, normally when you come on the show, you've always kind of been alone or with some sort of a four-legged thing or something like that.
Judy is at home resting, I want you to know,
That's
okay?
very nice. I'm glad to see that. And instead, this year, you've brought
I brought an entourage
Yes,
here.
you
This is like
have.
the very first time, and I'd like to introduce, this is my sister-in-law, Janet.
Hi, Janet.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. Happy holidays to you.
Thank you. And this is little Caitlin right here. There she is.
How cute
And that's
she is.
Daniel right there.
Oh, look at little Caitlin. She doesn't want to. She's not interested. She just wants to eat. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Daniel. Ooh, he likes those candles. How old is Daniel?
21 months.
21 months. And how old is Caitlin?
Almost 8 weeks.
8 weeks. What was her birthday?
October 16th.
Oh, how cute. Do you live here, Janet?
Yes, I do.
You do?
St. Petersburg.
Ah, so are you going to be in town for the holidays?
Yes,
All
we'll
right.
be in town.
That's great. Well, it's going to be a busy holiday for you. I can see that.
Very,
Huh?
very busy.
Now, not one. Now this year you've got 2 to
Right.
be content with, and it looks like you got quite a handful right there just with one.
I wonder where they get all this from, Dad.
I don't know where they get that kind of
Side of the
energy.
family.
I don't know what kind of energy I could guess. I'll take a stab at that, Robin. I don't know. Where do you think they get all that hyperactivity from? Is anybody in a Valium? See you, Daniel. Daniel's history. Hi. Look over there. He's looking at the monitor. If you guys could see what's happening at home right now. He's got his face pressed up against. He's just shut the monitor off. So now we have no idea what camera we're on or what it looks like at home. I hope it looks good to you guys. And say, oh, he just turned it back on again. That's not... See, he's figured a way to switch the monitor. Folks, you should see this. If you could see this in person. Oh, you can. There he... He's figured out how to turn the monitor on and off all by himself. So therefore, from now on, we'll just kind of guess as to where we're at. Come on over here, you little bug. Come on over here. Come on over here. Come on over here by us. Look at how cute he is. He's darling. I'll tell you, isn't he just cute? But Mom has her hands full, that's for sure, doesn't she? Mom certainly has her hands full.
Right, but that's okay.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, man. Does Daniel get along okay with Caitlin?
Well,
Usually.
it doesn't look appear. Usually he does. He wants Robin to take the baby.
He wants Robin to take the baby. He's not the least bit shy about telling you that he has no intentions of sharing. Why don't we wish our holiday greetings to everybody that you'd like it. It doesn't matter who goes first, but
Janet, want to go first?
Janet, go ahead.
I'd like to wish our family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays.
Don't you want to name anybody specific?
Oh gosh, I'm such a big family that everybody.
Are they down here? Or are they? Where are
I've
they?
got family here in Lakeland, in Nashville, and Atlanta.
So are you going to have any of them here for the holidays?
My parents and grandma are going to be here for Christmas,
Oh,
and my
that's
brother's
great.
spending their Christmas at home, and then we're going to spend Hanukkah with his parents.
Great. And you, Robin?
And, no, I don't have anybody. No, here. Let's find that. I'd like to wish a very special Merry Christmas and to all of my people who watch in the morning.
And thank you for being there and supporting me. And also very happy Hanukkah to my family, my mom, my dad, my brother Michael, my sister Kim, my friend Todd. I have a little friend now.
A little
long that
friend.
lasts. No.
A friend? Oh, he's just a friend. Is that what he is? He's just a friend.
And everybody else that I come in contact with.
Robin, a friend is somebody you go to a bar and have a beer with. Now, who is Todd? Come on, let's embarrass Robin on the air.
Actually, can you cut this part?
No. No, we like embarrassing Robin on the air. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yes, I know. It's, but that's okay, Dad.
Well, thank you both for coming in, and we certainly appreciate it. And thank you for letting me hold the little one for a little bit.
Thank you for coming again.
I have a way with them, believe me. This is our second grandchild is about her age, so I can handle it. It's nothing new to me anymore. And thank you so much for being with us. Happy holidays to both of you.
This January, celebrate Health, Fitness, and Beauty Month with many celebrity favorites. Get your year off to a great start with products that can make you look and feel even better. Tune in to HSN in January for Health, Fitness, and Beauty.
Not too long ago, we had a special guest on the air here at Home Shopping Network. His name is Mark Kloss, and Mark is a world-renowned sculptor and author. Many of you probably got to meet him the day he spent with us here at Home Shopping Network. While Mark was with us, he also did a special reading for all of you from Mark. Here it is.
Hi, I'm Mark Kloss. You may have seen me earlier on HSN. I designed and sculpted and produced the very first annual HSN Christmas ornament. It's called There's No Place Like Home, HSN. On the front, a pretty view of Santa Claus winking as a child. And on the back, of course, what Santa's always thinking about when he's off on his journey is home, Santa's castle in a nice cave. This is the very first annual ornament HSN ever had, and it was sold out in its first airing. But I did write a little poem for it, and I think it's something that you'd all enjoy here on this Christmas Eve HSN special. So sit back for a couple of minutes and enjoy the stories of Mark Kloss, and I hope that your family can have as much fun listening to them as I had writing them. All night he does travel to deliver the joys to the good little girls and the good little boys, with toys piled high on his magical sleigh, keeping the sunrise of Christmas afar and at bay. So the work that he does can be finished complete, from the new doll for Anne to the new bike for Pete, with millions of small ones peering out through the night to catch a glimpse of their Santa on his wondrous flight. Each one has their letter, milk and cookies by the fire, as the radio utters songs by the tabernacle choir. Many nights have gone by since their parents had been ordering great gifts for their family on HSN. There was no need for parking or bundling up tight to trudge through the snow on a cold winter's night. To find what was special, they had just sat in his chair, shopping for Christmas with nary a care. Then while Santa was watching to see who was good, he saw HSN on the TVs, and he thought that he could give a break to the elves and home shopping a look, to order up treasures and check off names in his book. What a change it had made all through Santa's house. Every elf was so happy, even the mouse, who has watched for years the elves working too long, was now so glad to see them all singing a song of Christmas to wish Santa well as he roams. Santa thinks as he journeys, there's no place like home.
Do you ever wonder where all those great Christmas cookie recipes come from? These are one of my favorites. Well, they come from a little elf, and her name is Marianella. Come with me now while I tell you her story. story of Marianella the Cookie Conjurer. Marianella ran excitedly down the cobblestone path leading past the base of the giant willow tree where she and her family made their home. She could hardly wait to tell Mama and Papa the wonderful news. She leapt over the mushroom hedge, skirted between the buttercups, up the steps and through the open door of her home. Mama, 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 where are you? Calm down, child, calm down, Mama replied, coming through the door behind her and setting down a basket of flugleberries that she had just finished gathering. These berries are just perfect for what Papa needs for his new fruitcake that he's working on. Don't you think so, Marianella? Mama, guess what happened? Marianella, what are you doing home so early? Did you help Papa at the cake shop after lessons? Mama! Marianella looked like she was about to burst with excitement. All right, Marianella. What has you so excited that you would keep interrupting your mother? Oh, Mama, the most exciting, wonderful thing has happened. Marianella reached into her pocket and pulled out the red scroll. Her mother knew immediately by the gold seal that the scroll had come directly from Santa's castle. Who's it for? Questioned Mama. Me. See, it says it right here. Marianella pointed at the address stamp, holding it up in front of her beaming face. Marianella Cookies, daughter of Baker and Anna Cookies, chimney number 14, Willow Tree, Elf Kingdom. What does Santa want with you, Marianella? Asked Mama with a broad smile now shining on her face. Crunchy cake. Crunchy cake? Replied Mama. Yep, crunchy cake, and I invented it, said Marianella as she proudly looked at her mother. Mama and Marianella sat down at the table. Mama didn't want to miss any of the details. And just as Marianella was about to begin, the front door opened, and Papa walked in. Obviously tired, but as usual in good spirits. Hello, Mama, Marianella greeted Papa. Sit down. Marianella has something to tell us. You won't believe it. Marianella received a scroll directly from Santa's castle. Santa wants to talk to her about crunchy cake. Papa looked puzzled, shifting his gaze from Mama to Marianella. What's crunchy cake? Yes, what is crunchy cake? Added Mama. Well, since I've been helping Papa at the cake shop, started Marianella, I've realized how much I'm beginning to love it. You know, this is my last year of lessons, and I have to think about what I'm going to choose for my life's work. Life's work is the choice that every elf has to make at the end of their formal education. Papa seemed pleased at the direction Marianella's story was taking. To have his daughter follow in his life's work choice was something he would take great pride in. Marianella continued, Papa, do you remember a few months ago when Santa announced that he was looking for some new treats that he could put in children's stockings on Christmas? Something that children would love as much as candy? Yes, Papa replied. But don't you remember that we just could not find a way of putting cake in stockings without it getting all smushed? And when we put it in boxes, it would slide to one side and the frosting and decorations would stick. Why, we even tried putting it on sticks and putting those inside of the stockings, but it wouldn't stay outside. But then, how could Santa carry them? Papa not only remembered, he seemed to be a little irritated at his lack of success on this endeavor. Well, I found a way, Papa, exclaimed Marianella. You always told me that great things happen when you least expect them, and they do, they do. Papa, impatient to hear her solution, shouted, What happened? How did you do it? Marianella went on, Well, one day I was cleaning the kitchen in the cake shop as usual, after everyone had finished for the day. It must have been a pretty busy day because there was quite a mess. The cleaning took almost an hour longer than normal, and I was so tired that I decided I would sit and rest for a few minutes before I went home. I must have fallen off to sleep because I awoke and it was already getting dark. But I could see well enough to catch the sight of a tiny shadow scurrying about the other side of the kitchen. It was a mouse looking for food. Hello, Mr. Mouse, I said. The frightened little mouse quickly ran behind the stove. Oh, don't be afraid, I won't hurt you. Who are you? Squeaked a tiny little voice. Why, I'm Marianella. And who are you? Colby, squeaked the little voice back. I didn't mean any harm. I don't usually poke around in other people's places for food. I'm a field mouse, and proud of it. I'll be leaving now. Sorry I disturbed you. Oh, no, don't go. I'll help you. I could tell that this little mouse was pretty upset and must have needed the food awfully bad. Are you a cake maker? Said Colby. Yes, I am. And I mixed up some special batter that I think you'll like. You see, I had remembered that I had brushed the spilled flour, sugar, nuts, and chocolate chunks off the tables into a bowl that had leftover cake batter in it. Maybe I could make him something out of it. I couldn't make a big cake for a mouse, so I thought I would just make tiny little cakes, just big enough for Colby. I tried to pour some of the batter out, but it with all the extra flour and things in it, it was just too stiff. So I plucked out a blob and put it on a pan. How many cakes would you like, Colby? Well, Colby hesitated, swallowed deeply, and said, to tell the truth, I have a bigger problem than you think. You see, there was a big flood up north, and it forced a lot of the mice out of their homes. They've all moved down here temporarily, and feeding all of them has become quite a problem. Well, since I had a big bowl of dough, I made enough of the tiny cakes for all the mice that were hungry. I put them in the oven, and when they were done and cooled, I just had to try one before I gave them to Colby to take to his family and friends. And they weren't like cake at all. They were crunchy, and really good, too. Marianella darted off to her room to return with a handful of the crunchy delights. Papa took one from her, looking carefully at it, and then taking a nibble. Marianella waited anxiously for her father's opinion. It seemed to be taking forever, and then a mmm, and a big smile came across his face. They're wonderful, he bellowed. Do you think so, Papa? Do you really think so? Wonderful? Absolutely wonderful, Marianella. Papa's voice was full of excitement, and Anna's face glowed with pride over her daughter's accomplishment. Papa, Marianella suddenly had a look of concern. Do you think Santa will like them? Papa put his arm around Marianella. It will be written in the history of Elf Kingdom that above all the other elves, when the call came from Santa for a new treat to be placed into the stockings of all the children of the world, it was the girl child of the cake maker baker who answered the call and brought Santa Marianella's crunchy cake. A tear ran down Marianella's face. She was so happy. Mama, Papa, and Marianella talked late into the night, dreaming of all the possibilities. The next day, Marianella was taken to the North Pole by reindeer to meet with Santa and discuss the possibility of using Marianella's crunchy cake as an annual holiday treat. Marianella told Santa all about how she had invented crunchy cake and how much she wanted to be a great cake maker like her father. Santa enjoyed Marianella's enthusiasm, and he saw great promise in her imagination. And although it was his practice to choose only one elf per year to become a Christmas elf, and that elf had usually worked very hard for many years to be chosen, he decided he would make an exception and invite Marianella and her parents to become Christmas elves. For the next several months, Marianella and Papa worked very hard, together with all the cooks and candy makers, coming up with new crunchy cake recipes, just in time for their Christmas Eve debut. Santa was making his pre-Christmas rounds to check on the progress of all the different workshops and kitchens that made his Christmas Eve ride a success. He walked through the door of the main kitchen and candy shop where Marianella was working in one corner. Marianella had placed one of each of the crunchy cake recipe samples on a plate for Santa to try. And after trying each and approving of all, Santa turned around to find that all of his elves had packed into the kitchen to lend support to Marianella and to hear Santa's reaction firsthand. Santa walked to Marianella's side and announced that he would be proud to tell all the children of the world that the new treat they were experiencing was Marianella's crunchy cake. Marianella tugged gently on Santa's coat and quietly said, I don't want it to be called Marianella's crunchy cake. I want to name it after my family. We're the Cookies family. They should be called Cookies Crunchy Cake. And that is what they were called. And after many centuries of being known as Cookies Crunchy Cake, the name has been shortened to carry just the family name of Cookies. Marianella has enjoyed her cookie-making position at the North Pole for many centuries. Some of her favorite creations, I'm sure, have become some of your favorites, too. Her hat is adorned with peanut butter cookies and butterballs, and she still makes sure that any little mice that might wander into her kitchen always leave there well fed. 'Tis 3 months before Christmas, and no one can see all the troubles and toils that come fast at me. My list, once quite simple, though large as a house, I'm told now to access by using a mouse. Every name, age, and chimney are listed for me on this miracle tablet they call a CD. Though the elves write quite small, still I was able to see. But this thing must have been written by some reindeer flea. And letters from little ones in envelopes colored bright. I loved sorting and reading late into the night, once delivered to me in big green canvas sacks, now come beeping and curled up from out of my facts. Cold evenings spent singing with Mama Claus warmed the heart. Every elf in the castle would join in and take part. Elves now think with entertainment technology's the key. They spend snow-frosted evenings with their big screen TV. Now, I've had the same reindeer for hundreds of years. I care for their needs and I comfort their fears. Though now I'm being accused and I've had several fights with some misguided dimwits from animal rights. Then last year, on my journey, I took the new sleigh, but I had to return after only halfway. The magical time stop had trouble with starts, and I've been waiting since then for the overseas parts. But when I'm finally airborne and doing my thing and the mood starts to hit, my heart starts to sing, the roar of a jet sends me into a roll, and my radio blares scolding from air traffic control. But still I think of below and the children's bright faces with sweat socks hung neatly on their fireplaces. Ooh, and down on the mantle are cookies for me. Though unfortunately now they're mostly fat-free. It's not like the old days, that much may be true. But if your heart is wishful, I'll be there for you. It'll all come together somehow for my flight, and I'll do it again come this Christmas Eve night. Well, you see, long ago, the elves lived with us, the bigs, and we all lived in harmony until a nasty king by the name of Shame was jealous that the elves could live forever, so he banished the elves from all the kingdoms. And because Mama and Papa Claus were such good friends of the elves, they moved up north with them. Well, nowadays, as Santa has his castle up at the North Pole, and the elves still have a big society in Little Tree Village in the Enchanted Forest, Santa chooses one new elf each and every year to come up north and become a Christmas elf. And now, if there's any little ones in the house, bring them close to the television because I'm going to tell you a story about a very little elf called Bartholomew. He has a special tale indeed. Santa walked purposefully along Candy Cane Lane, the name given to the long hall that ran along the north side of Santa's castle and connected his and Mrs. Claus's personal quarters with the A through M toy factory and the sugar and raw chocolate processing rooms. It was late and still some time before the busy Christmas season, so things were pretty quiet. In fact, the only sound other than the solid thump of Santa's boots on the stone floor was the warm crackle of the fire left to burn out under one of the giant chocolate melting kettles. The warm chocolate smell caught Santa's attention, and his pace slowed, then stopped right in front of raw chocolate processing room number 1. A smile came across his face, as though he were a little boy just given a spoonful of cookie dough from his mother's mixing bowl. He popped in for a fingerful of the melted chocolate goo, but soon on his way, because although the evening was quiet, it was one of the most important days of the year. It was the day Santa would send his announcement of who would be chosen as the new Christmas elf. The red scroll was held firmly in his right hand and would be delivered directly to Mailer, the elf in charge of Santa's information and letter processing department, the mailroom. Mailer slept cuddled up in a chair, having fallen asleep at his work, when the sound of Santa's boots in the nearby hall awakened him. The startled little man shuffled the letters so as to appear busy when Santa entered. "Mailer?" Santa's big voice bellowed like thunder. Yes, Santa, very busy. Yes, very busy I am," replied Mailer, jumping up and pacing quickly about the office. Mailer was a hard worker, but a bit nervous and fidgety. Not for fear of Santa, but out of an overwhelming respect and admiration for him. Santa leaned unnoticed into the room, resting his arms on the Dutch door at the entrance, with a broad smile on his face and a belly laugh brewing. "Mailer, why are you such a fidgemanty?" "Oh, Santa," speaking quickly, "I'm sorry. I didn't see you. So busy I am. Would you like some hot chocolate or tea?" No time," spoke Santa. "I just stopped by to give you this." Santa held out the red scroll. "Is that it?" questioned Mailer. "Yes, it is," replied Santa with pride. Mailer took the scroll and Santa disappeared back down the hallway, the sound of his thumping boots growing quieter. News spread quickly through the castle that Santa had chosen the new member of their happy family. All the elves were excited, and they all turned out to see Santa's official message-carrying reindeer, Runner, leave to carry the announcement to Elf Kingdom. Runner leapt into the sky, and as he faded out of sight, all the elves were filled with their own memories of the day that they were chosen as the Christmas elf. Bartholomew sat on a tall stool at his workbench, tinkering with some final details on a little toy machine that he had just built. "Go-chugga, go-chugga, go-chugga," he whispered to himself, pretending the machine was hard at work. This'll do nicely, Bartholomew thought. By the chime of his pocket watch, he knew that the hour was late, so he blew out his work lanterns, climbed off his stool, and into his bed that he had built to look just like a giant train engine. Morning came quickly, and Bartholomew had an especially pleasing job to do this day. He would take the little toy machine he had built to a little boy at the far end of the kingdom who had fallen ill. As he walked along the path, he certainly could not have foreseen the wonderful day this would turn out to be, because although he considered himself to be a good toy maker and a hard worker, he thought that surely would not be enough to get him invited to work and live at Santa's castle. That's not to say that he didn't dream of it, because he does. He dreams about it often. In fact, like all the other elves in the kingdom, it's his most fondest wish. It is the one thing that they work and hope for every day of their lives, and Bartholomew was no exception. As Bartholomew was passing by the home of a friend, Marty, he heard a yell from the front window, and Marty appeared. "Hey, what do you have there, Bartholomew?" Bartholomew explained the errand that he was on, and Marty thought it was a fine idea, and so did Sprite, Marty's imaginary friend who can always be found perched up on top of his shoulder. The day passed, and Bartholomew spent a good portion of it at the home of Jean, the little boy that he had made so happy with his generous gift. Jean's mother had invited Bartholomew to stay and share their evening meal, and since they were having baked peas with butter and pumpernickel bread, Bartholomew quickly accepted. He just couldn't get enough peas. He loved them. They were his favorite food. No sooner did he get one bite of the delicious meal than there was a knock at the door. It was Marty. "Bartholomew, are you in there?" Bartholomew swallowed, rose up, and answered the door. "What's up, Marty?" "Sprite and I have been looking everywhere for you. The magistrate wants to see you right away. We've got to hurry." Bartholomew said goodbye, grabbed one more quick bite of his peas, and ran off with Marty toward the village. "What does he want, Marty?" "I don't know. Sprite thinks you're in trouble, but I just don't know." As they reached the edge of the village, Bartholomew could see a giant hollow oak tree, which serves as the village hall. 5 torches were lit in front of the council hall. That meant that whatever was happening was very important, and everybody in the village would be attending. Marty outran Bartholomew and reached the door of the council hall first. He pulled hard to open the huge door, on which it was Bartholomew's job to carve the names of all the elves from Little Tree Village who had been called by Santa to become Christmas elves. The hall was bustling with conversation. Every seat was filled, and all the walls were lined with the villagers ready to hear the big announcement. As Bartholomew entered the hall, a wave of silence fell over the crowd. "Come in, come right up here. I have some questions to ask you." The magistrate spoke from behind the giant podium on top of the stage where all the council members were seated. Bartholomew reached the front door of the hall and stopped. There was a short silence. Then the magistrate began to speak. "Bartholomew, you have been a fine member of this community for many years, but I'm surprised at the news I hear about you. You have always delighted our children in the village with your wonderful toys. You've been a good friend to all of us, and from time to time your talents as a wood carver and toy maker have been a great help to us in building such things as this meeting hall. Why, you even carved the names of those chosen Christmas elves on the doors. That's what brings us to our problem." Bartholomew searched his mind for a hint of what he may have done. "Bartholomew," the magistrate began to speak again, but his face had softened, and a hint of a smile began to show. "Who's going to carve the names on the doors after you have gone off to the North Pole to live with Santa?" Bartholomew was confused. What did he mean? The magistrate produced a red scroll from behind the podium and held it high above his head. "Santa has sent his announcement of who has been chosen as this year's Christmas elf. Elf Kingdom contains many villages, and our village of Little Tree has produced 19 who now serve Santa as Christmas elves. It is now my pleasure to announce our 20th Christmas elf, Bartholomew of Little Tree." Bartholomew's eyes opened wide with disbelief. The crowd began to cheer with excitement. Marty, as well as many other friends, gathered around Bartholomew, hoisting him onto his shoulders, carrying him out among the still persistent applause. The balance of the evening was spent in celebration. The entire village joined in, and the singing and dancing continued late into the night. The next day, Bartholomew began the long journey to the North Pole, and on his back he carried a sack of his favorite food, peas, and in his hand he held his favorite hammer. His journey is filled with many adventures, but that's another story for another time. And I've made a little figurine of Bartholomew as he gets ready for his long journey to the North Pole. There's another little elf that I really like to tell you a story about as well. And have you ever wondered where your mother got all those great Christmas cookie recipes? Well, that story's coming up next. And Christmas and children, there's really no way to separate those two. This angel, entitled Light Their Way, celebrates that innocence and joy of being a child. Light their way, O God, the small ones. Let your shining spirit guide them from the darkness. Keep always present their innocent joys. Let their days unfold before them with the promise of a brighter tomorrow. Let this angel ever present in your glory gently hang from holy boughs. With the spirit of this prayer shining down upon them, light their way, O God, the small ones. A tree like this and preparations for Christmas. About now, maybe you're starting to sit down and take a little rest. But there's so many things that a mother does as she gets ready for Christmas. It's amazing, the blur of watching a mother walk back and forth and doing this job and doing that job. And there's so much that she gets ready for. And that's why I wrote a special poem called For the Love of Children. And it tells a little bit about some of those wonderful things that a mother goes through as she gets ready for the holidays. The days move toward Christmas too strikingly fast. How nice it would be if the spirit could last. Thought a mother of 3 as she hurried to make all the fancy-shaped cookies and Christmas tree cake. How much more would she do in the days that remained? Could her mind-numbing pace that she set be sustained? There were wreaths in a box for each window and door, brought home when her husband went out to the store. For more lights he could hang on the gutters and roofs to make ready for 8 sets of small reindeer hoofs. There were still some toy presents she waited to buy because her oldest son surely was starting to spy in the closets and dressers and under the bed for the things brought on Christmas by the old man in red. How her children would beg her to sit by their side, to watch every show listed about Santa's great ride. Then only when each one had fallen to sleep, she puts them to bed without making a peep. And goes back to working to make all things right, with good cheer and spirit late into the night, wrapping and packing with ribbons and bows, all the carefully bought presents for the little ones she chose. So on Christmas morning, she could see in their eyes the marvel and sparkle for their Christmas prize. She placed under the tree she had covered with lights, then got down to crawl under and water each night. And after each needle was picked up to keep neat, the scene with the kings kneeling at the Lord's feet, the day finally comes and all things go as planned. The perfect record she holds for another year will stand. In that day she would see all those things disappear she had worked on for weeks to ensure Christmas cheer. All the cookies are eaten, wrapping bows thrown away, toys cast aside, it's with the boxes they play. So why does she do it, this job long and hard, with nothing for payments but a homemade card, made special for her by her little ones 3? When she got it, she smiled and hung on the tree. But this wasn't the payment. She knew from the start the thing most important she felt in her heart. The reason she does it comes straight from above. It's the thing most important in life. It's called love. The love of a mother on Christmas. It's a wonderful thing. As I said earlier, every year Santa Claus chooses a new elf to become a Christmas elf. And when that elf gets up north, they're given a magical hat and a very special job. And this year's elf, Windsor, he's got a very special job indeed. He's in charge of finding those children with set-aside dreams. And those are the children that when they write a letter to Santa Claus, they ask for something for someone else rather than for themselves. And it's those children Santa never wants to forget. So as Windsor polishes that golden ornament, he sees those children with set-aside dreams, and he keeps a special list for Santa Claus. I'm glad I had the opportunity tonight to share with you my sculptures and the stories that I wrote to go along with them. I hope that the memories of this evening and this Christmas in your family are wonderful memories indeed. And I thank you for a wonderful memory, too, being here in your homes this year on HSN. So until next year, we'll have more stories and more sculptures. I'll just have to say goodbye. So Merry Christmas all year long.
I guess my most memorable Christmas was the first time I spent Christmas away from my family, which was 4 years ago, and continue to do so for the next 3 years. It wasn't my best Christmas by any means. In fact, it was probably one of my worst. I was way far away in the mountains, no telephone, couldn't even receive a Merry Christmas phone call in the morning from my mom. And I guess when it was over and done with and I finally got to a phone, I realized how much my family means to me and how really happy I am to finally spend Christmas with them this year. Merry Christmas, Mom.
And we're back. And now I'd like to introduce you to the Vice President of On-Air Talent and his wife, Jeff and Erin Shimer. Hey, welcome in, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much for coming down.
Well, you bet. We're excited.
Well, I bet you are, and I could understand why. We have this is a pretty big part of the show now here, and I'm not just sucking up because he's my boss. This is really a big part of the show. I mean it. We have a big announcement that is going to be made right now by the Shimers.
Why, thank you very much. We're so excited because we've not only had a great year, we've been very, very blessed, and we're happy to share with all our customers, all our viewers, that Aaron and I are expecting our first baby
Yeah.
next May.
Yep.
Congratulations to both of you. That is such an exciting, it must be such an exciting time for both of you, isn't
We're
it?
very excited.
We are thrilled, just beaming. So,
This is something that I think any family, of course, would share some real excitement, but in your case, even more so because both of you had so many other objectives and career goals and things that you wanted to accomplish first, which you've done, both of you. And Aaron, why don't you tell everybody exactly what it is that you do, because you have an interesting profession.
It is interesting. I'm an assistant state attorney for Pinellas County, 6th Judicial Circuit, and I prosecute
I'm very
cases.
proud of her.
Thanks, honey. And I love it. I do a lot of trial work, and feel like I'm doing something good and giving something back to the community, and I feel very lucky. We're very fortunate.
Yes,
it's going to be. Yeah, she sure does. Is it going to be difficult to balance the career and the mother and all that at the same time?
We'll see.
Do you have a nanny in mind or somebody in particular?
I signed up for a Montessori school yesterday,
Yeah.
and I'm at the end of my 4th month. So
Yeah, we're already on the waiting list for the school. It's unbelievable for the really
hard to get
advanced
into this?
Yeah, very
there are
very hard.
43 people ahead of me. You know, and I'm at the end of my 4th month. We're due at the end of May, and the first opening they'll have is at the beginning of August.
Oh my goodness!
That's incredible for this Montessori school for infants, for small children. So we're really excited about that. We didn't bring the dogs this year. We left the big dogs at home.
I was going to say something's missing this year. The biggest dogs I've ever seen. These two people own the 2 biggest dogs I have ever seen in my life.
We brought them in years past. This year we decided not to bring them. Of course, they would have destroyed all this beautiful furniture on this great-looking Christmas set we had
Toby
this
would
year.
have been sitting on your lap, Dan.
Yes, most likely.
Yeah, Toby sits wherever he wants.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. The first time I ever saw those dogs, it was like, these are not dogs. These things are, they're like, they look to me more like horses than dogs.
Think about getting a saddle for Toby.
Now, you might get to meet, I don't know if you have yet, but you might get to see Sue Ferrer's dog. I hope she brings in her dog, Max, because...
Is he as big as...
Are you kidding? Oh, he makes our dog look real small.
I don't think I want to get to meet him.
No, he is very, very big. Well, it's been a great year for us, for the Scheimers. We're really excited about, of course, all the great things coming in '96. And we just want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to our whole family, of course, from Aaron and I to all of our family and friends that are watching. Hi, guys. Hope you're having a great Christmas. And I, on behalf of the management here at Home Shopping Network, wanted to take just a minute to thank all of our viewers and all of our customers for all the support you've given us over the years. Thank you very, very much for being a part of the Home Shopping family. And we appreciate your support into the future. We've got so many exciting things planned for 1996. I look forward to them, and I hope you do too. Thanks.
Aaron, somebody special you'd like to say hi to that maybe he forgot? Or?
Well, we'd like, as always, wish our families a very Merry Christmas. We're going to my parents' farm for Thanksgiving. For Christmas this year for almost 10 days. So going to Virginia. It'll be wonderful.
That'll be fun.
We're really looking forward to it. And Jeff's folks and his sister are coming also. So.
Gonna have a whole big gang there together.
Oh, by the way, we did find out it is a girl.
Yes, we think so.
Do you have a name picked out?
We think that it is. No, we've talked about plenty, but we've got plenty of time yet. So. We'll work it out and make sure we get it exactly right. We thought the names would be easy because Aaron's parents' names are Charlie and Jean, and my parents' names are Chuck and Jeannie.
Oh my goodness, that's really strange.
Yeah, they're almost identical. So so we thought it would be easy, but now we've decided to go a little bit different. So we'll come up with just the right name.
Oh, that's great. Well, definitely 1996 is going to be a big year for you guys. That's for sure, no matter what.
So.
Sure will.
Gives you something to look forward to. Congratulations to both of you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, Merry Christmas to
Merry
you
Christmas
guys and
to
your
you
family. And now we're going to see how things are shaping up around the Scanlon household this Christmas time.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to my house. Glad to have you here. Can you believe it? Christmas, Florida. I don't know. The two don't really go together that well. But anyway, come on in. I'd like you to meet my husband and see my 2 babies. Come on in. Hi, everybody. Glad to have you here at my house, and I'm glad you could stop by and say hello. It's my husband, John.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, glad to have you with us. Well, we wanted to have you over here so you could see our Santa Claus. And also, I wanted to introduce you to my puppies. Come here, Sadie. Come here. Look. Sister, I got right here. Come here.
Sadie. You gonna come up here and say hi to everybody? Is it your Santa that you're gonna rip his nose off? Huh? Look. Well, I told you that she is an absolute evil, rotten little dog. And there she is. Are you being a good girl today? She doesn't know what to think about all this. She's been having a great time running around, barking and growling at everybody. Yeah. She loves her daddy, too. Come here, Casey. Everybody wants to see you. I have to show them off to you because you know I talk about them nonstop every time that we're on the air. So come on up here. Come on. Come over here and say hi. Are you going to growl at your sister? They're not exactly best friends. They like to rip each other's face off. No, they're pretty good together, don't you think?
Very good.
Yeah, except she gets angry at the baby. I guess when you're 10 years old, she figures that she's had enough. And this one never stops. She just goes nonstop all the time. But she's getting big. Remember when we got her? She was like this big.
Little 4 pounds and she was carrying a bone bigger than her.
I know, she was. She was really cute. Anyway, so now they're our kids. We love them to death, and so we have them with us all the time. But anyway, I have to show you, John made fun of me for doing this, but I have to show you anyway. My stockings, I actually, honest to goodness, I made this. You have to see, I made this for my husband. Yeah. Go ahead, tell him.
I think you,
Now, it came in a kit, and I cut out all the little pieces.
and sewed it according to plan.
Well, that's true, but I sewed it, didn't I?
That's true.
That's true, and I sold on every single one. They didn't, and also it didn't say John on the kit. I did that all on my own.
Wow.
Well, oh, no, here, I made mine, too. I have not taken the time, though, to do one for Sadie or Casey. I don't think I can do that. Well, should we tell everybody what we did all year?
Go ahead. How do you like that?
Well, we went sailing a lot.
Like last year.
Yeah, like last year. We went to Europe with my mom.
Went to Germany, Austria, Venice.
Venice, yeah.
Quite beautiful.
It was gorgeous. We had a wonderful time doing that.
I got to play pack mule for 2 women.
We did. We loaded him up with all of our bags. Poor guy. We were dragging him all over Europe. Oh, well. And
Igor.
I have to tell you, my husband has gotten quite good about his sailing, so I'm going to brag about him a minute. Look at this. First place trophy. Hey.
It was my turn.
Yeah, you did good. First place. That was this year, and also we brought pictures of our boat. You have to see. This is I don't know if you can see him, but this is, you can see the spinnaker up. Because a friend of ours actually flew over.
My partner, Dirk.
Yeah, Dirk. He actually flew over and took pictures of our boat, which was pretty cool. So we got aerial shots of him, so we had to bring those out and show them to you. Because I spend a lot of time here.
And she loves every minute.
I do, every minute. I guess we should say Merry Christmas to all of our family, my mom and her husband, Jake, and then my dad and his wife, Susie, and I have my brothers and sisters, Corey, Brooks, Diane, my nephew, Drake, and then I have my sister, Tammy, and my brother, Tommy, in Dallas, and my other dad, Bill, that lives in Dallas with my little niece, Amanda, and then there's Sierra, and Brandon, and, oh, good grief, we got the whole cast.
And I've got my mother in New York, Alice, and my daughter in Boston, Melissa, my brothers Mike, Mark, and Jerry in Boston and their families, and my partner Dirk Henderson and his father Don Henderson and their families in Field.
Yeah, we appreciate them every holiday. They always invite us, because it's just the 2 of us here. All of our families live everywhere else. So the Hendersons always invite us to their house for Thanksgiving and for Christmas and the 4th of July and all that. So it was really neat of them. They're like our family.
They're the Florida family.
Yeah, they're the Florida family, right? Anyway, I just want to tell all of you how much I appreciate you. You know you make my day every single day. I don't care if I'm down in the dumps or been feeling bad or whatever. I go in and you always perk me up. And so you're like my family every day on the air, and I appreciate all of you. And I want to wish all of you a fabulous, wonderful Merry Christmas and a wonderful Happy New Year. Of course, I'll see you on TV every day, but I wanted to specifically tell you that today. And thank you for coming to my house and seeing my husband and talking to my dogs and just sharing a little bit of our holidays with us.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You know, Christmas is for children, that's for sure. I think all of us out there that have ever had a small child realize how special Christmas can be with the children. Santa Claus is with some of our children right now.
any idea how I might be able to lose some weight?
Exercise?
Exercise? What kind of exercise should I do?
A lot of exercise.
A lot of exercise because I'm a real big guy? Yeah? What would you recommend? Like running or sit-ups or...
Running.
Running? But I get real tired when I run.
I don't.
So you're a good little boy, is that right?
Yeah.
Yes. What would you like for Christmas, Christopher?
A rocket ship.
A rocket ship? Is this a rocket ship for you to climb inside?
No, a rocket ship so I can fly it.
Oh, so you could fly it. What are you going to leave me to drink?
Milk.
What kind of milk?
I don't know.
Well,
Milk?
pardon me?
Milk.
Is that milk from a plane?
Milk.
Oh, that's what I said. Milk from a plane. That's great. Last person had milk from a car. That's not very good, but I prefer milk from a cow. So tell me, what does your daddy do? What is this, a choir? You helped your mom in any way? No, you haven't helped your mom. Have you helped your dad in any way? Have you helped your sister in any way?
No.
That was a definite no. Why was that a definite no?
But I don't like it.
Oh! Will you have some milk and cookies for me?
Maybe I'll have some carrots, too.
Oh, I don't like carrots. Oh, carrots are for the reindeer, right? No?
Because you're on a diet.
Oh, what's your name? Henry. That's what I thought it was. You shaved off your mustache. What would you like for Christmas?
A stereo system.
A stereo system? My goodness. And what kind of music would you play on your stereo system?
Yeah.
Jazz. Oh, that's wonderful. Would you like anything else for Christmas?
A preamp.
A what?
A preamp.
A preamp. You know, you seem to know a lot about electronics. How do you know so much about electronics?
My dad. What's that?
What's what?
What's that spinning thing?
The spinning thing. You mean that red thing right there? That's a light. You see those people right there? They're watching us, and they just want to hear our conversation. Is that okay? Yeah. How old are you, Adam? 8. 8? No, I didn't ask if you were hungry. I asked how old are you?
8.
No, I didn't ask if you'd eaten. I asked how old are you?
8.
Just 8?
Yeah.
Where'd you just eat at? Oh, that's just a joke. Benja, have you been a good boy this year? You know, I got some oil back in the shop that'll fix that. I like your suit. Okay, is that an Armani? You're not going to throw up, are you? Just check it, okay? All right, Megan, now I want you to tell me about these guys over here. Are they troublemakers or are they nice guys?
Troublemakers.
I see you two agree on that. Okay. See these ladies over here? Are they troublemakers?
Yeah.
It is so cold that sometimes when we talk, the words just break into ice cubes and fall on the ground. Give me 5. There we go. Corey, don't you want to tell me what you want for Christmas? The wind is blowing north.
The wind is blowing north.
Ah.
Hi, Grandma. Merry Christmas.
There we go. So do you have any questions for Santa Claus?
No. I fell on something.
Fell on something? Did you fall on a marshmallow? Did you fall on a pillow?
No.
What did you fall on? It caused that tooth to come out.
Concrete.
Oh, no, not concrete. Have you been a good boy this year? Did you clean up your room?
Nope.
Nope, you didn't clean up your room? Did you vacuum the floor?
No.
Nope. Did you eat all your food?
No. Merry Christmas, Grandma and Grandpa.
I've been wanting to lose some weight.
Mm-hmm.
How do you suggest I do that?
Cut down on the chocolate. Right.
What about Nikki that drives you crazy? He's mean?
No, I'm not.
All right, Nikki. What about Marcus that drives you crazy? He whines. My
I don't.
What do you have on the tree?
Christmas lights.
Christmas lights? Are they blue?
Uh-huh.
And do you have green?
Uh-huh.
And do you have white?
Uh-huh.
And do you have yellow?
Uh-huh.
And do you have purple?
Uh-huh.
And do you have polka dots?
Yeah.
And do you have stripes?
Uh-huh.
And do you have checkerboard?
Uh-huh.
That's great. Do you have a favorite Christmas song?
Yeah.
Which one do you like to sing? Like Jingle Bells?
If I had a dog.
If I had a dog? You know that one? How's that go?
What?
Oh, woof woof, okay. What else would you like?
Baby sister.
A baby sister. What do you like to eat?
I like to eat macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese. Or is it cheese and macaroni?
Macaroni and cheese.
Oh, I see. What color Pekingese?
Brown.
Brown. And what would his name be?
I don't know.
That's a strange name for a Pekingese. I don't know. I'm kidding. You could think about that later. Asher, what would you like for Christmas?
3,000 carat diamond ring.
Whoa! I like that. A kid investing in the future. That's wonderful.
What time do you guys go to the store?
We go to the stores. Well, we have a lot of things brought in, you know. I have a lot of elves that fly out and bring stuff back into the mainland because it's such a distance up there at the North Pole, you know. And you know, time stands still up there. What would you like for Christmas this year?
A doll from Home Shopping Network. I need it to North Pole.
Well, it's very simple. You have to learn to do this. You take your finger, and you hold it like this for me. Okay, now touch your lips. Now hold it up in the air. Go like this. And whichever side is coolest, that's the direction you go. Because the coldest winds always come from the North Pole. And if you go where it's always the coldest, you will eventually end up at the North Pole. How old are you now, Teddy? 3. Are you married?
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
You have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's her name?
Megan.
Megan's your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been dating long?
Yeah.
Long time?
Yeah. But she can stand up now.
Oh, she can. Can you give me a hug? Oh, that was wonderful.
You know, we employ thousands of people here at Home Shopping Network. Many, many people that have a lot of talents. A lot of things you didn't know. Did you know that Home Shopping Network has their very own choir? Let's go to them right now for a little holiday entertainment.
From all of us in the Member Service Center, we'd like to
wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you, merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we have gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle
most memorable Christmas was Christmas in '93, where my fiance Mike proposed to me. And we went down to Fort Lauderdale, where his family was from, my mom and I and his family. We all got to spend time together, which is very rare. And just overall, being able to spend time with my family and him proposing to me was what made it the most memorable and probably the most special in a long time.
Home Shopping Network, here is Shop-a-thon. It's a total blast. Jewelry, fashion, housewares, collectibles, and more. Everything blown out at drastically reduced prices. 72 hours of non-stop savings. HSN's year-end Shop-a-thon. Don't miss it.
Now that I'm married, on Christmas morning, I usually go over to my parents' house and we go to church together. We come back and have a nice big breakfast. My mother is a wonderful cook. Hopefully I'll cook as well as her one day. I eat probably more than I should, and then we all sit down. My brother is also married, and my other brother does not live with us. They all come over, and we enjoy opening gifts together. And the whole day I stay at my parents' house and help them clean and prepare for Christmas dinner. Every year we have fondue, and that's very good, although I do have fear for my life at times at the table, thinking that the oil pots are going to flip over. But that's usually very nice, and then later we all gather around and talk about things that we're thankful for and that we're fortunate for, which I have many things to be thankful for. And then we just look forward to the next year to do the same thing all over again, and different new exciting things will happen.
My most memorable Christmas, okay. That would have to be about 5 years ago. Got my whole family together. We're talking everybody. The whole family all together in Ohio. Aunt Mary Jo, Grandma Gruber, all those people. There's about 150 of us, and we all got together about 4 years ago in Ohio for our Christmas. It was a great time. Haven't seen my family in a long time. Most everybody's in Ohio. We're down here in Florida. And I'd like to just say hello to everybody up in Ohio, all my relatives, family in Cincinnati. And had a great time a few years back and hope we can do it again soon. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad.
Well, most of my fondest Christmas memories were at my grandparents' house, and we used to go over there every Christmas Eve and exchange presents, the entire family. And most of the men in my family are pretty large men. So one Christmas I was about 7 or 8 years old, and a station wagon drove up outside of the house, and it had a big lit-up plastic reindeer stuck to the side of it. And Santa Claus got out of the car and came up to the house and came in and wished everyone a Merry Christmas. And all the kids were excited and didn't know who it was. And I'm looking around, and I see my dad, so it's not him. And all my uncles are in the room, and all my cousins are in the room. So all of my little cousins, they were getting really upset, and they were crying because they didn't think that they would get home in time for Santa to come and visit them. But to this day, we still don't know who that man was.
Probably the most memorable Christmas tradition that we do in our family is the neighborhood where my parents live. Every year, everybody in the neighborhood around the lake puts candles in their front yard, and it's really beautiful. So every Christmas Eve, I always make sure that I'm there at 7 o'clock so we can light the candles and then take a nice long walk around my parents' neighborhood.
I believe my most memorable Christmas would have to be when I was about 4 years old. My mother did not set up anything for Christmas, no presents, no tree, no decorations. And then all of a sudden we woke up Christmas morning and the house was all decorated with presents everywhere, and the tree was all lit and everything, and it was a total surprise because we didn't know. We were just so young, and we thought that there was not going to be any Christmas this year, and there it was, all beautiful and decorated. That's my most memorable memory of Christmas. Merry Christmas.
My favorite Christmases were traveling with my family up to Nebraska, and it was extremely cold during that time of year. We're talking heartland of America, and I can remember the distinct smells of Christmas, family reunions, the smell of my grandmother's homemade chicken soup, children gathering around a tree. I know this sounds like a classic, but it was, and just wonderful, wonderful sounds and smells of Christmas. My grandfather's pipe, and my grandfather always passed out Hershey's chocolate bars to all the kids, and I remember that very distinctly. And I miss them, and I miss my family. Hi, everybody.
The most memorable Christmas for me is even better than the day that I got the favorite toy and I was 6. The most memorable Christmas in our family was in March, because it was when my brother came back from Vietnam, and we staged Christmas on March 9th when he came back, and we laid out the white tablecloth. We put a Christmas stocking at his place at the table. We did a little tree on the top center, and we had Christmas in March because my brother had come back from the war.
This January, celebrate Health, Fitness, and Beauty Month with many celebrity favorites. Get your year off to a great start with products that can make you look and feel even better. Tune in to HSN in January for Health, Fitness, and Beauty.
And welcome back to the Home Shopping Network Christmas Show 1995. I'm your host, Dan Dennis. We're glad that you're with us today. We hope you can stick around for the rest of the program. I'd like to introduce now some very special guests with us, people that I have known for many, many years, and a lovely family with some new additions this year, Tom and Terry Wise.
Hi, Danny. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you guys.
Hi. Merry Christmas, my friend.
Thank you so much for being with us today.
Good to see you.
Oh, so you've got some new additions to the family. I want you to go ahead. First thing we'll do is give some intros to the new additions to the famay.
All right.
Sure. Honey, go ahead.
This is Madison. Madison Joyce Wise.
Look at her.
Hey, Maddie.
Oh, my God, look at her.
look at that guy right over there.
How cute she is.
What's he doing over there?
How cute she is. Look at her. Oh, my God. Incredible. And?
Little Spencer.
This is Spencer Elizabeth over here.
Look
Annie.
look at her.
Show me your teepers, honey.
You've got 4 teeth now.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How cute they are.
And our family's expanded a little bit. Of course, everybody knows Coral,
Hello,
our
Coral.
oldest. Beautiful Coral. And this is Jennifer Cantor. This is our nanny who helps us out when we're at work and the kids are at home, and I don't know what we would do without you.
Actually, I like it better when you bring the kids to work.
Yeah.
Then I get to play with them. Uncle Dan takes over.
Sometimes out of desperation, yeah.
Uncle Dan grabs whichever one he can grab because Uncle Dan loves kids.
Yeah,
And they really are beautiful, beautiful children. Tell me something. I'm just curious about. They're identical twins, but do they have different personalities? Or are they both kind of the same?
You know, it's funny. When folks see them, sometimes one child is a bit more active and the other one might be a little bit more crabby, and they go, oh, this is the active one, this is the crabby one. 6 minutes later, it's just the opposite.
Is that right? Maybe it's a little too soon to tell yet.
You know, they're both, they have great personalities. They're both, pretty easygoing most
They really
most
are.
of the time. Most of the time they are. But they have their moments like any kids.
Sure,
But they're curious. They're always trying to get into what they're not supposed to be getting into.
Born when?
February 18th.
February
1995.
18th. So that makes them, what?
10 months.
About 10 months old now. Yeah, just about 10 months old now.
Mhm.
How nice. The Christmas time this year obviously is going to be different in the Wise household. Obviously, I know Carl, of course, has been with you for a while, but having 2 little babies around, you're going to really have to. Are they crawling and?
They're trying to walk.
Are they trying
They're
to?
close to like Jennifer. Oh yes.
So you're going to have to go to the route where the Christmas balls are up higher this year, or?
You know what? We have our living room is basically corralled
compound.
off. It's like a giant corral. We have barricades everywhere. So to get anywhere in our house, it's like jumping hurdles. To get to the kitchen, you got to jump over a gate. To get to the bathroom, you got to jump over a gate. To get to the bedroom. So we get a lot of exercise that way. So we're getting in really good shape because we have to jump hurdles, to do anything. But they're pretty
So we're going
corralled
to put
off.
the tree behind the couch so the kids can't get it, actually. That's the short answer.
Yeah, that's probably a good decision.
One
But Tom,
thing,
you got
though.
electrified fence. Let me say it's a little much.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's collars on them, This one now, though, this morning, she
climbed over, almost all the way over.
Oh,
I grabbed her over
no.
the back of the couch. So
Oh, no.
we may have to, like,
Don't
put up
come.
fences all the way to the ceiling or something.
So that's what's dangerous is if she decides she wants to get at the tree and you're not watching her, she could literally climb over that couch and...
I think between all of us, somebody's always watching.
Somebody's got an eyeball on it.
Yeah.
I'm sure. It has made a major change in your life, hasn't it?
Very positive. We're very blessed. We're very lucky.
Yeah.
Kids are healthy. They sleep through the night. They eat. Haven't missed a meal yet, Dan.
I can see that. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, big smile, Uncle Bean.
Yeah, little smile.
Big smile, Uncle Bean. Yes, sure. There's teeth. Now, does he also have teeth?
Not as many. Madison has one bottom one coming in pretty good and another bottom one that's just kind of coming in. This one is just, I mean, it's one tooth after the other. I mean, she has some molars that are coming in already. So they're really...
What year are you in now?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior now. Carl is a very accomplished athlete. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about that?
I'm on the swim team, and our girls team just won our second district championships this year.
Congratulations. At what high school?
Clearwater Central Catholic High School.
Clearwater Central Catholic. Congratulations. That's a major accomplishment for you. When you're on a swim team, do you like? I know there aren't certain positions, but do you do what do you do, relays, or do you do...
There's 3 relays, and there's a lot of individual events, I think like 10 individual events, something like that, different strokes, and the relay team is 4 people on it.
Great. Jennifer, tell me how you came about ending up in this scenario.
Wrong place at the wrong time.
I just responded to their ad in the newspaper.
Oh, they ran an ad in the newspaper.
Yeah, I told them to interview anyone else after they interviewed me.
Is that right? How nice. So your family's up in Connecticut?
Yes, they are.
Great. You want to say hello to somebody up there?
Oh, I could just say Merry Christmas to everyone, all my family in Connecticut.
Good. That's nice. How about you guys?
Oh, boy, how long do you got?
I'll be here all day. It doesn't matter to me.
I'll start with my family, because that's
Sure.
my mom and dad, so just over here, mom and dad out in California, and my sister Johnny and her family, her husband Riley, and Brandon and Ryan, and to Terry and to Kelly and to his wife Michelle, and to their kids Devin and Caitlin, and all the rest of my family out in California. Merry Christmas. Wish us to be together.
Sure. Whereabouts in California are they?
All in Southern California, in Orange County. My parents are in Fullerton. My sister's in Newport Beach. My brother Kelly and his family are in Trabuco Canyon, so everybody's kind of spread all around Southern California.
Great. Yeah. Well, good. Tommy?
Merry Christmas to my sainted mother. And then all the brothers, Johnny, Mary, Michael, Bernie, Nancy, Patrick. I think that covers everybody, except for the spouses, yeah.
Where is most of your family at?
Spread out. I've got brother in Tampa, another brother in St. Pete, one brother, sister in Melbourne, a couple of brothers in St. Louis, and the rest in Chicago.
Oh, so are you originally from the Midwest?
Absolutely, Chicago.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But you do have some of your family living around here.
Yeah.
Is that what brought you down here in the first place?
My sister works in the office equipment business. I came in and joined her about 15 years ago.
Really? So you're kind of like a native now. In Florida, basically what we say is if you've been here more than 2 weeks, you're a native.
You're pointing out, the attractions to the tourists.
Yeah, that's true. And Carl, do you want to say a special Merry Christmas to anybody in your list?
Anyone special?
Merry Christmas to all my family and all my friends and to my boyfriend, Chris.
Oh, so we do have a boyfriend, huh? We do have a boyfriend, huh? Is it Dad standing at the door at the baseball bat routine?
Fine boy.
Oh, is he a nice boy?
Nice boy. We like Chris a lot.
That's great.
Good boy.
Good. Any special thing going to happen around the Wise household at Christmas time this year? You got any special gifts in mind that or anything that you'd really like to receive? Any of you?
Well, this is the big see and say set here.
They must see and say.
They do indeed.
That's great.
Like Al says.
No, so are they getting to the point now where do you think they can actually play with certain things? You're going to buy them toys? Or?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, they love
eating
to play.
books.
They love eating books.
Absolutely.
Nothing like digesting a good story.
Oh,
that
Where are you going, honey?
And
And any little piece of paper on the floor.
it's fair game. It's plenty ever, honey.
I could say that it's almost time to wrap this up. It's getting a little bit out of control.
You go flying, honey?
Tell us about the dresses. That's important. Tell me about that. We almost forgot.
Absolutely. Barbara Marvel, a lot of you know show hostess Barbara Marvel,
And Barbara Marvel made these matching dresses
Look at these.
for the girls. Barbara loves roses, and she added the little rosettes and the ribbon and the lace and the trim. And so, Barbara, thank you very much. The beautiful dresses, and it's the first time your girls have had a chance to wear them. So
She's a very, very sweet lady.
yes, she is.
Really
Very, very talented. She's very artistic. I think that a lot of people, you know, you see her just one way behind, you know, in front of the cameras and as a show hostess here at the Home Shopping Network. But she's very, very talented. She's a wonderful artist. She did beautiful Beatrix Potter drawings for the girls, and just real talented lady. But she did the lace and the trim and the roses on the dresses. And thanks, Barbara.
They
Merry
look great.
Christmas.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Danny.
1996 is going to be a great year for Alan and Cheryl Scant. Let's visit with them at their home, and maybe they'll tell us why.
Hey, who's at the door? How you doing? Hey, honey, we got company. Hey, you want to come in and see the house? Come on in, see the Scant. You met the snowman? The